Hey there, you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with more Acanthop Isle. We are here in front of the first apartment lot for Acanthop. I have made a new sim. Her name is Deva Awrai, and that is Awrai, Awrai. And the reason why I really liked that last name was because it reminded me of someone who may like to make a little trouble around town. I moved Deva into this lot over here. Oop, let's crawl along the ground. We have spent a lot of time. We're in the mainland right now. I'll scroll out so we can see. And we're here in this lot. And just over here is the Easter House bed and breakfast. And I moved Deva into that lot, as I do with all new single sims, to the mainland. And I jest you not, within a very short period of time, Deva and one Kathy Walsh, yes, Kathy Walsh, had fallen into hot, deep, and passionate love. It was surprising, as I felt that Kathy was more of a lone wolf. It turns out that she's not, except at least where Deva is concerned. And Kathy and Deva have a little relationship forming. They have one bolt together of attraction. But I would think they'd have 12 with the way they were going on. I looked away for just a second, and they were making whoopee in the basement. So I figured that it was good time to move Deva out so that she and Kathy could have more privacy, as it's difficult to hold an affair in the Easter house, as there are 8 or 9 other sims in that house. And yeah, there's also a couple of other affairs brewing over there. One between Hunter and I don't remember her name very much. I don't play her very much. Sophia Jared Hemingway has a very romance going on. So yeah, let me turn this music down. I'm gonna pause for just a moment. There we go. We want the music to be a light touch. If you don't know this already, I play Sims 1, Sims 2, and Sims 3 music in the background. And so, let me also tell you the story of this apartment house. I have decorated this house not once, but twice now. This is my first time playing with apartments in The Sims 2, despite having played The Sims 2 consistently since 2004. And since Apartment Life came out in 2008, I have not played apartments. And the reason why was because, for those of you who know how I run Acanthop, I don't have townies in Acanthop. Everyone in Acanthop is a playable sim, with the exception of the occasional sim that I can't play. For example, an NPC such as the landlord or the paperboy. Eventually, playable sims I will even clone playable sims onto these NPCs, so it even looks like these NPCs are playable sims. So I do my best to eradicate any kind of just sims that we don't know wandering around. That's what creates a kind of villagey feel. We recognize everybody who's walking by. Anyway, with apartments in Apartment Life, when you moved a sim into one apartment, let's say we moved Deva into this apartment, and by the way, this apartment is designed by Plastic Box, as per usual. Plastic Box is my favorite creator for houses, and he or she, I don't know who it is, what Plastic Box gender is, but let's just say she, is a fantastic house designer. So this lot here has this lot on the bottom here, which is Deva's apartment, or will be when she rents it. And then we have a second apartment up here, little kitchen area, living room area up front, bedroom and bath, and then a penthouse apartment with a very small bath. You can fit a tub in there, and then a sink and toilet in each corner. Another apartment, another bedroom back here, and then a kitchen, living area. And I find these apartments are really wonderful for 1 or 2 Sims to live in, and it's great for single Sims. On Mod The Sims, a mod came out a couple of weeks ago, which takes away my one complaint about apartments, and that is that when Deva moves into this apartment here, these spare apartments will be moved into, pre-mod, would be moved into by townies. And since I don't have townies and don't want the game to generate townies, or what they call, I think they call it like apartment residence or something like that, that I never played apartments because I didn't want that happening. With this mod that has come out, and it's amazing that the game has been out of development for The Sims 3 is about to go out of development. So the game has been out of development for a while, but yet the community is still making very useful mods. And so I rushed to finally be able to use one of the apartment lots I had here, which I was planning to use anyway, but with a plethora of mods in order to get it to work the way I want to. So I decorated this apartment in a live stream, actually, a couple weeks back, and it was very pretty and came out very nicely. And then I had already moved Deva into the apartment. So I used the 2 cheats which allow you to decorate apartments. In other words, change the walls and whatnot. Let me show you what I mean. For those of you not familiar with apartments, if you look down here on the left side of the screen, you'll see that these wall tools, doors and windows, stairs, build mode tools are grayed out. So you can't make changes to the walls of an apartment once you've built it without cheats. You can't change the wallpaper. You can't change the doors. You can't change. Now this is wallpaper that I put in here. But for example, this is just basic doors and walls. Before I moved anyone in, I changed the walls and windows and doors to what I wanted it to be. But for example, this bathroom wallpaper back here is not wallpaper that I am interested in using. If I want to change that, too bad. Now, this is not going to work for someone, a simmer like myself, who is, let's just put it mildly, a touch of a control freak. So being unable to change walls, windows, and doors of an apartment is just not going to work for me. So, and for many other simmers. So one of the first things that the simming community found out was the cheats to override that. So I used those cheats. One of them is, I don't want to open up, stop recording software. Remember, it's something like, turn on the tools for apartment base and turn on the tools for the apartment. It's something like that. Anyway, I have them in my user startup cheat file as per usual, so I don't have to type all that out. Anyway, so I went ahead and I put all the furniture in here and made it all pretty and lovely, and Deva had moved in, and so everything was fine. And I did not turn those cheats off. I just kept them on. Thinking I might want to make changes down the road. And then I went ahead and played Deva for a day, and then I went out of her lot, and when I came back to her lot, all the furniture was gone. And we were looking at what you see here. Nothing. So I decorated it again. Being a persistent little puppy that I am, I decorated it again, and the same thing happened again. Thinking I had done something wrong somehow or some way. So, my only way to guess what must be happening is that it's because I'm not turning the cheats off. That's my only guess. So my first question to you is, do you know what the problem could be as to why Deva's furniture keeps disappearing when I leave the lot and come back? Because, obviously, I can't play the game with her furniture disappearing all the time. I've decided, and that's why I haven't recorded for a while with The Sims 2. Is because I have decided, after having that happen twice, I was so frustrated by it that I needed a break from the game, and I went and played a good deal of Skyrim, which is now being uploaded to the channel each day. There's a new episode coming out of Skyrim right now. So now, having been refreshed, I am ready to go back in and do what I need to do here. And so as you can see, for example, one of the, I have chosen the easel. I love this song. Bop your head now. Anyway, good old Simlish rock. So I have selected an easel here, and I'm going to put the, I want to put the easel down, but because this is considered common area, the game is not allowing me to do so. So I'm going to put the cheats in again and put the easel down, and then I'll show you the color scheme we're going to use for this apartment. Alright, I have the cheats here. So I'm going to go Control Alt C, Control Shift C. How long have I been simming? Not long enough. Okay, and the cheat I have put in here, the alias I've put in is that. And that should allow us to... Nope. Let's try that again. I'm with it today. Sure I am. Let's see if that did it. There it is. Okay. So what I did was I told it to make the common area what's called the apartment base lot. Make the tools available for me to put this down here. I'm going to delete it after she's done painting. Let's have her do so now so that we can get our... I like to use a squared canvas for this, so that we can get our... And there's Ash Martins, the owner of the bed and breakfast. But so we can get our color scheme going is what I'm going to say here. So the color scheme that we're using for this is a wonderful color scheme I got from Design Seeds. And then I am going to just push the 3 key here. And it's going to start giving me warnings about needing to rent the apartment over here, which I'm going to ignore. And I'm going to keep an eye on her needs and bring them up when I need to, like so. And we can see the color scheme coming through. I figured that even though Deva is a very kind of wild child and is here to kind of wreak havoc in Acanthop as far as relationships and romance and all that kind of stuff is concerned, that at home she likes a very muted palette. So our painting is complete. And so I went with a palette that was... let's see if I can put this in here on the wall. There we go. I went with a palette that was not too feminine as far as heavy pinks and all that stereotypical femininity type thing. That would give me a really nice yellowy, pinkish type look with a lot of light woods. So, this is what I chose. And I'm going to turn the apartment... Actually, before I do that, I noticed that I was missing a wall up here. Right here. I'm missing a window. So let's see. I don't think this is the right window. Nope, it's too low. I always promise you guys that I won't sing. Especially during live streams, and I always fail. I think that these are what I want to go for these upper windows here. And I'm just trying to remember what wood I used. I think it was that one, yeah. So that this upper apartment here has... There we go. Some nice light in their kitchen coming in. And do I need to add anything up here? No, I don't. Okay, so the good news is that you guys get to have a decorating episode. The bad news is that I'm decorating this apartment for the 3rd time. But then the other good news is that hopefully, I'm going to turn that cheat off now, that by turning the cheat off, we won't lose this. But since I've decorated it already, I'll be able to do it very quickly because I know already what I want. Okay, so the next step is to have Deva rent the apartment. I've gone ahead and mother-loaded her to give her enough to decorate this apartment, since I'm not going to be doing it the other way I was doing it, which is trying to decorate it when she wasn't here. So, we're going to have her walk over here to the door. And this is part of a mod from Pescado called Apartment Fixes, which allows you to choose to rent the apartment furnished or unfurnished. You can't see any difference in these prices because I haven't furnished the apartment. I'm going to try furnishing it when she's already moved in and see if that works. But had this apartment been furnished, this choice over here would have been much higher as far as cost is concerned. Okay, so I'm just going to have her rent the apartment. It doesn't really matter which one. She's going to engage with the landlord, who is currently keeping track of the property. Eventually, my landlord will be paid or played by another sim, whoever ends up being the mayor of Acanthop Isle and the mainland. And there's a signing here. I wonder if the landlord gets a signing bonus. And that's it. She's got a home sweet home. Now that she's here, she can just go in. She can, lock the door as per usual, or, using the Maxis lock. And without further ado, let's zoom in to get the rain. And without further ado, let's get to decorating it. Since I already know, oh darn it, I just lost my tootin' painting. Oh, it's not my day. This apartment lot is going to drive me nuts. So like I said, if you know why my painting just disappeared and those kind of problems, please let me know. I'm going to put it down since she already owns this lot. I'm just going to put this down in here and have her do it again, and we'll have to just watch her paint it for me. I'm watching her painting it now for the 4th time. You guys only have to endure it for the 2nd time. So consider yourself lucky. Let's move her along over here. And once again, choose the same design seeds. So obviously, since I haven't played apartments, I haven't worked out or become to understand the kinks of how they work. And why things disappear or don't disappear. Hey, at least it's got my nice evening dusk light here, which will look beautiful when this apartment is decorated. I'm going to actually set the hour to 7 a.m. so I can have some light to work in. And by the way, that cheat is a simple set hour, all one word. And then it's a 24-hour clock, so I set it to set hour 7. If I was going to set it to 7 p.m., I'd set it to set hour 19. Go, Deva, go. Okay. And then now I'm going to move Deva out here to the porch. And I'm going to... So this is what I mean about this plant, for example, which is a plant I forgot to... remove when I was doing the house, when it was empty. So I'm going to turn the apartment on, see if I can't delete this bloody thing. There we go. And then turn it back off. And if on my 3rd try, and if I'm unable to get any help from any of you knowledgeable simmers, on why I'm having this problem with this apartment, then I'm going to give up on the apartments, which I'm sad about because I really don't want to give up on them. Oh, and also, oh, bloody, I forgot to put a door here so she can't go out. Let's see here. Grab a door. I want to turn that. Yep. And I'm going to do the same here because I know I forgot them in the other apartments. This one does not have a balcony, so I don't want to put a door there. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to apartments, but I don't like the tediousness of being able to decorate them and having to put a cheat on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And I know that there are people who really enjoy doing apartments and working with them. But so far, my experience with them has been rather frustrating. Okay, let's try this again and get Deva to go outside. So I was unable to play the Sims music for a while because random groups. There's a kind of, I guess it's a scam of a sort on YouTube if you're a young channel as mine is, and fairly small and don't have a lot of clout on YouTube or a lot of subs, that kind of stuff. And whereas I'm coming up as of this recording on 3,500 subs, that's still pretty small for a YouTube channel. I'm very proud of my subs and the amount of people who've chosen to join me here in this party, but still, it's very small where YouTube channel is concerned. And what would happen is I would play music and people who don't own the copyright who would claim the music as theirs, and I could not fight that. I could contest it, but they would just reclaim it. And it's a way for people to make money off of putting an ad on your videos, and any money from that ad playing goes to them. And you can't do anything really to fight it unless you want to hire a lawyer, which isn't really worth that. Okay, let me try and remember which... I'm just trying to remember which countertop I used in here. I haven't played for about 2 weeks, so I could take a break from the trouble I was having. Yeah, I think it was this one with the gray top. That's the island counter. So I have joined a network, which I'm very pleased about. I was able to get in to a network, the network that I wanted to be a part of as well too. My first choice, as it were. And, oops, that's backwards. I'm going to use the same type of counter all the way through because, as you'll see, because we only have 4 counters to work with, we're not going to be able to see the drawers anyway because we're going to be putting in, oops, a stove and all that usual stuff. And also let me know in the comments if you feel I kept faithful to the color scheme as per usual. So now we're working on the appliances. For this one, for this kitchen, I've chosen this, and let's do a move objects on to put this on here. I've chosen this wonderful, neat, kind of modern stove. And of course the Sims can still use the oven underneath. The animation will just show an invisible oven door, which doesn't bother me in the slightest. And let's put our usual small fridge in, and the color I chose was to go along with the pink theme, matching in with the color scheme there that I'm pointing at, this one right here. And sink. Oops, those are hot tubs. And I think I chose this sink in a white. Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, and that's pretty much all you need for serving. It's amazing how small a space a Sim can really get away with. And if I remember correctly, my little idea of having this wonderful archway did not work, and I had to take this wall out. So let me do that. Yay, Sims 1 music. So I'm very pleased that I'm able to play music again. One of the benefits of having a network. And also, I do believe I'd chosen to get a nice tile floor in here. But that does not work. That's too much yellow. Nope. I'm going to go for the creamy white at the top with the tile. And as usual, I'm working with 3 different, I don't know, people. I guess I'd say when I'm decorating, I'm looking at what Deva wants, the character, what I'm willing to look at. There we go. To here. Yeah. That's beautiful. And that's exactly the type of thing that Deva would like. And it's going to look quite good with our table that I'm about to put down. So for those of you guys who do not use regular building cheats that I'm using there, how do you deal with the apartments and being unable to change the walls? Does it just not matter to you? You know, perhaps you're not really focused on decorating to the extent that I am. You know, wanting to have the house look a certain way for each sim. So I'm just curious as to how you deal with that. So this is the Enchanted Garden table. I'm going to go for... Is this what I wanted? I think so. Yeah, that's the one. And it allows me to put a chair so that 2 people can sit and have dinner. And yeah, so that was one of my reluctances. One of the reasons why I was reluctant to use apartments, as I had mentioned earlier. But I figured the cheats would help me get around it. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. This chair. This is part of the Drift dining set. And I think I'm just going to go with this creamy white here with the nice pillow on it. Perfect. And then if I remember correctly, I'd put a nice little candle in, but I'll do that. I'll do the lighting later. And then next is this elevator's going to drive me nuts. Next is a couch. There we go. Perfect. That couch is by... It says Sims in Paris. I happen to know it's a Sims in Paris couch, or one that's very like it. I think it's a love seat that was made like the Sims in Paris couch. It's part of the Reflex Sims forum, which I no longer exists. The best thing I can recommend you to do when I can't, unfortunately, point you directly to where I found something is to take this video, mark this spot in the video, you know, say it's at whatever time of the video we're going to be at this point, and point people here and send the video to a where can I find forum and say, where do you think I can get this? A lot of times Simmers will upload what they have available if they can. If they have it in their downloads folder. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. That's absolutely fantastic. That's part of a set I just recently downloaded. That's why I'm so thrilled about it, because I just got it. And once again, I'm trying to tell you where it came from. It was from somebody who posted something on Tumblr. It says it's by Anye, A-N-Y-E, at Pink Box Design. Try Googling that. And once again, if I were to try and shut down the video, you know, pause the video, and I'm looking for, where's this table? Pause the video and look for things constantly, we would be here for the rest of our lives. So that's why I'm always telling you to go to a where can I find form. It's not because I'm trying to be rude or not trying to help you or don't care. It's because I have to move us along, or we would get stuck in where did I get stuff hell. We would be stuck there for a long time. Okay, it must be in that I'm looking for. Ah, here they are. These are by Buggy Boos. These wonderful tables. I think let's see, do I want this one or the tall one? Is that one too tall? No, I think that's great. This is part of the Enchanted Garden set by Buggy Boos. She has a site, a blog spot. Google her to find her. And then now I spent ages in the live stream looking for a rug. So you guys don't have to watch me suffer through that. I can go right to, well, hopefully go more or less to where I found it and grab it again. I believe it was a recolor of one of these. This one? 2x3? Let's see if I'm right. It was a kind of gray. Yeah, I think it was that one. In fact, I'm sure it was. It was that one. Yay, found it in no time. And I picked it to go with this color here. Moving on at a nice pace. This is going to be the fastest time I've ever decorated an apartment. I had put a and I'm going to move snap objects to grid off, or use snap objects to grid off so I can get this place just where I want it. That is not quite what I'm looking for. Let's go for the other one of this set. This one here. Yay! Perfect. So I agree that this room, if some of you might be thinking that this room doesn't look as good without having that wall there and that archway, and I agree, it doesn't. But the sim could not use this seat here with the wall right here. So I really didn't have any other choice but to remove the wall. What I can do, though, is try a half wall over here, which should help give us a sense of separation to the space. I sound like a narrator for a home design show or something. So we need to separate the space, but still let light flow through the open and airy apartment. Apartment on, and then we're going to put in a half wall. Using our trusty half wall tool, I'm going to just put, let's see. That's one of the few things that I wish I had more of, or half walls. Yeah, I think that works. And that means half walls are very good for accent paint. So if I can find a kind of mustardy yellow paint, I can use that on the half wall. So let's see what I can do. And I hope that you guys are not watching this, one of you skilled Apartment Life players aren't watching this and moaning because you know that I'm going to lose all this work I just did. I hope that's not the case. So that's pretty close to, it's a little bit more yellow. If I can find something with a little bit more orangey tint to it, like this. That's pretty close. But I'm going to take the molding off and just do it plain like that. There we go. Oops, I'm pushing the tab key. I was unsure whether my decorating episodes would be successful because we're not playing, things aren't moving very fast paced. You know, there's moments of silence while I'm just thinking about what I want to do next or where the next piece of content is that I'm looking for. But to my surprise, you guys have been very happy with them. Which, of course, makes me quite happy. This is part of the AMD kitchen. It's by Buggy Boos. And it says she is inspired by Awesomes. And Awesomes, by the way, spelled AWESMIMS. I'm going to turn that Snap Objects to Grid back on. Actually, I lied. I'm not going to do that. I want that back off. Because I don't like it like that. I want to put it just exactly where I want it, see? So I can not have it stuck in the wall. Hello! You get back here. Where are you going? Awesomes is a fantastic creator. There, that's wonderful. So it looks like it's sort of suspended on the wall. And that whoever was the carpenter did a great job there with that. I'm not 100% happy with the front of this. Let's see if I can find a better front. So yeah, these have been very successful decorating episodes. And I've watched an episode back here and there. And I find myself getting very relaxed when watching my decorating episodes. So I can imagine, I kind of like that wood. That hopefully you guys have that same experience as well too. That's the best choice right there. I always like though the comments where I say that's the best choice, and invariably, without doubt, somebody comes in and goes, "Oh, I hated that choice. I can't believe you chose that, Jessa. That's horrible. Jessa!" Which I just find to be so much fun. Okay, there's a certain painting that I'm looking for here. It was a beautiful painting of a rose, and I just have to remember which mesh it's on. I liked this painting as my first choice, but it's a bit too big, and it didn't have enough color in it. I wanted her to have a bit of a splash of pink to keep with the motif that we were going for. That's not the right one. Nope, that wasn't the right one either. I'm going to pause at this point and find this mesh because I could be here for a while. And I'll let you know when I found it. Found it! It is by Shokir, which is Sims 2 Play. So, and the Sims, the numeral 2 Play. And once again, as always, go to 720p if you need to see this up close and need to see what I've highlighted here for you. And it's a recolor of this painting 08, and I think Sims 2 Play, if I remember correctly, did a set like of all different painting sizes, and I grabbed that whole set. Let's see, just make sure that's as centered as possible, and there we go. And I wanted that to give me a nice feminine look, as well as grabbing a little bit of this pink here. And so that's pretty much the living room. I'm going to add in some extra, things here on the credenza. I think that's what that's called, a credenza. That lovely floating piece there. I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop this episode here. We'll come back for part 2 where I will do the bedroom, which turns out really nicely. Bathroom, and this is also a nice little guest bedroom. Not sure who she'd have in there, or maybe I can make it a little activity room if she needs more space. But for now, I have it as a guest bedroom. And then also, there's some stuff that goes out here on the back porch as well, too. So I will do all of that in the next episode. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below and encourage me. It really does encourage me, especially since I need it. If I lose the furnishing on this apartment a third time, I'm going to tear my hair out. If you loved what you saw, join the party, the ever-growing party, and subscribe. I'll see you back here in Acanthop Isle in part 2 of decorating Deva Awrai's apartment. See you then. Oh, and by the way, thanks, as always, for watching. Get every new Jessa Channel video right in your email inbox. Subscribe, then, from your YouTube homepage, click Manage Subscriptions, then check Email with new uploads. And thanks for watching.